Hello, aspirants. Good day. How are you all? Hope you are doing good. We will discuss a very good important topic which is in news, that is National Investment Policy for Urea. National Investment Policy for Urea. So, probably you might have known and understood how important is urea for us at this point of time. Uh, Especially with respect to agriculture sector. So government has come up with National Investment Policy for Urea, which is popularly called as NIPU, NIPU 2026. So recently, central government approved the policy, which is for fertilizer security, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and gas-based urea. So let us look into the provisions of this policy and also why the earlier policy has been replaced with new policy. What made the government to come up with the new policy? Clear? So, in this context, the Union Cabinet has approved new National Investment Policy for Urea 2026, which is implemented by Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. The ministry is very, very important because any scheme or any policy directly straightforward, one statement will be the policy is implemented by which of the following ministries. Its objective, its coverage, as well as it succeeds. So, its objective is to promote investment in gas based urea manufacturing. Already yesterday we have seen environment performance index rank for our country, so for which we are performing very bad. So likewise now we need to improve ourselves, improve our environment performance. That is the reason, it might be one of the reason for us to push us into gas based urea manufacturing, enhance domestic production, achieve self-sufficiency under Atmanirbhar Bharat. Achieving self-sufficiency under Atmanirbhar Bharat. It applies to new gas-based urea manufacturing units. It actually succeeds new investment policy 2012. So in the year 2012 also we were having new investment policy. So new investment policy was the prior policy of national investment policy for urea. Okay, so investment window closed in 2019. Next one, so now we need to know what is urea actually. So what is urea, what are its chemical constituents, what are its uses? So NH2 is a nitrogenous chemical fertilizer, the most widely used in Indian agriculture. There are three main significant uses of an urea. It has highest nitrogen content, approximately 46% of nitrogen. 46% of nitrogen is present in urea. Its chemical formula is NH2 CONH2. Up to 40% of nitrogen is present, highest among all solid nitrogenous fertilizers, vital for wheat, paddy, sugarcane, as well as other nutrient intensive crops. So critical for food security. It is central to improving agriculture productivity, ensuring food security, and supporting farmers income. So looking at how we know how important is agriculture and its productivity. So there is a famous quote by our Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, which states that anything in our country can wait, anything in a society can wait, but agriculture cannot wait. So literally, we have to actually be ready for agriculture activity. For that, to increase agriculture productivity, so whereby it also enhances the food security of our nation. So for which we have to start investing in production of urea, so which is having high nitrogen content. So next one, the government regulated prices. So government, it covered under urea subsidy scheme. MRP is statutorily fixed by the government. So this statement is quite important. MRP is fixed by the government actually to weed away all corruption based. So non-urea fertilizers fall under nutrient based subsidy scheme. So for non-urea fertilizers, the scheme doesn't cover non-urea fertilizers. The scheme covers only urea based fertilizers. Next one, what are the key features of NIPU? Cost structure, it separates fixed and variable cost. It separates the fixed as well as variable cost. Return on equity, it introduces a band of 12 to 16%. Cost structure, return on equity forex risk mitigation, fixed cost converted into rupees after 4 years based on prevailing exchange rate, expected savings over 200 crores per plant. We are going to save about 200 crores compared to new investment policy of 2012 projects. So administering body, who is administering the new policy? Department of fertilizers is actually administering the NIPU policy of 2026 by the central government. So next one, the policy replaces, we have already seen, the policy replaces new investment policy 2012. So it was also launched by Department of Fertilizers to promote investment in urea manufacturing. Its objectives were greenfield urea projects, brownfield expansion projects, revamp and expansion of existing plants, revival of closed urea units. So what we have achieved of previous project is that, so 4 joint ventures of public sector PSEs were established. 4 joint PSEs, ventures of PSEs were established, 2 by private companies. 2 private companies were established. Totally 6 new urea plants were established. Out of 6 urea plants, so 4 were from joint ventures of PSE and 2 were by private sector companies. So why there is a new need for new policy? So why there is a need for new policy despite having NIP 2012? So why did we come up with NIPU 2026? So what made the government to come up with a new policy is that, so despite of having so world's largest producers and consumers of fertilizers, so we are import dependent on urea. We were importing urea despite of being the world's largest producers as well as consumers of fertilizers. Okay, we were more dependent on import. And next one, so there is a growing demand. So because of rising fertilizer demand driven by agriculture expansion, food security needs additional domestic capacity. So next one, expiry of new investment policy 2012. After the investment window was closed, fresh proposals for new urea plants required a revised investment framework. So for which the government came up with a new policy. So next one, energy efficiency. Earlier we were based on naphthalene plants, but now we are going for gas based plants, so to have more energy efficiency and to be more environment cleaner than naphthalene based plants. So why the government pushed to have a new policy is that we were depending more, and also there is a growing demand for urea. So because of increase in agriculture productivity, the third one is expiry of NIP 2012 and energy efficiency. Clear? So next one, what is the significance of NIPU 2026? So what is the importance or what is the significance of NIPU is it strengthens fertilizer security, it reduces import dependence, it supports the farmers, it promotes the investment, it improves physical efficiency, it advances Atmanirbhar Bharat. So it enhances domestic manufacturing capacity, it reduces the vulnerability to global supply disruptions, lowers reliance on imported urea, improving trade balance. It ensures stable and timely supply of urea for agriculture. See, every state, every single village has been demanding for urea, on time urea, and also minimum price. So for which the policy is an answer. It promotes investment. So greater policy certainly encourages private and public sector participation more. If there is a good policy which is a strengthened policy, automatically both the private companies as well as public companies can start investing and set up a new manufacturing units. It improves physical efficiency. Transparent pricing is expected to reduce government expenditure on urea support. So next, it advances Atmanirbhar Bharat. So likewise, it promotes self-reliance in strategically important agriculture input. It is going to be one of the most important agriculture input. So next one. So here let me simply conclude that NIPU 2026, it is a major significant step towards self-reliant fertilizer production by encouraging investment. So firstly, we are encouraging investment in efficient gas based urea products. So firstly we are encouraging investment, so whereby we are having good economic productivity. The second one, we are not depending on others, so for which we are going to be Atmanirbhar Bharat. And the third one, we are concerned about environment because we are shifting to gas based urea products plants earlier where we were based on naphthalene. So its success will depend on timely project implementation, right? It should go on time instead of delays and all. If it is on time, certainly NIPU is going to be a big change, a game changer for our agriculture sector. Assured natural gas availability and complementary efforts to promote balanced sustainable fertilizer use. We will see few questions with respect to this area. So consider the following statements regarding NIPU 2026. It applies to both new gas based and naphthalene based urea units. It introduces return on equity band of 12 to 16%. Fixed cost are converted into rupees after 4 years after the prevailing exchange rate. See, look, we have discussed during the provisions of the NIPU policy that new gas based plants are only encouraged. Earlier, for earlier policy NIP, so we were based on naphthalene based urea plants, but now only gas based. Therefore 2 and 3 are right. Consider the following statements about urea in India. Urea contains 46% of nitrogen, yes. Highest among the solid nitrogenous fertilizers, yes. Urea is covered under nutrient subsidy based scheme, while non urea fertilizers falls under urea subsidy based. So it is vice versa. It has to be here, it has to be here. MRP of urea is statutorily fixed by the government of India. So that is the main objective of the policy, right? So therefore 1 and 3 are right. The next one, with reference to NIP 2012 and its successors NIPU 2026, consider the following statements. NIP 2012 investment window closed in 2019. Okay, so NIP 2012, all new 6 urea plants established were joint ventures of public sector undertakings. So we already have seen this. Total 6 plants were set up, out of which 4 were public sector undertakings, 2 were private companies, right? So therefore, so in any of the MCQs, if there is any extreme statements like all, so we have to rethink and reread those statements. So in IPU 2026 is administered by the Department of Fertilizers under the Ministry of Chemicals. Yes, absolutely. Therefore, 1 and 3 are right. 1 and 3 are right. So we'll give you 2 important mains questions with respect to this area. So every day if you keep practicing, it will be quite easier for you for the final days of your preparation. So discuss the objectives and salient features of NIPO 2026. How does it seek to address the shortcomings of new investment policy in achieving self-reliance in fertilizer production? So NIPO 2026 features we need to discuss. Then we have to address the shortcomings of NIP 2012. So which means the entire crux of this class, what we have discussed till now. So examine the significance of promoting gas-based urea manufacturing over naphthalene-based for energies, India's energy transition, sustainable agriculture. What challenges may hinder the effective implementation of NIPU 2026? So I would say try to answer this question because this already we discussed a lot. So here you discuss a lot because you have a lot of points to discuss and talk about. You can talk about environment performance index, you can quote it at the beginning. So because of which whatever the industries we are going to set up, we need to at the prior set we have to be very cautious that there should not be any form of pollution from those areas. Okay, so this is all about NIPU. Thank you so much. Thank you. Keep focusing, do your work. Definitely one day the nature will favor you. Thank you. Keep working.